All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the City Hall Common Council meeting. We are in City Hall Council Chambers. It is December 12th, 2023, and it is 7 p.m. Next item on the agenda is the invocation by Pastor Mike Zahn of the United Methodist Church, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Well, as public servants, and I'm a public servant as well in a way, it is easy to be overcome by temptations of pride and power. So I'm just going to say these words of Mary the Magnificat. My soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior, for he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. From now on, all generations will call me blessed, for the Mighty One has done great things for me. Holy is his name. His mercy extends to those who fear him from generation to generation. He has performed mighty deeds with his arm. He has scattered those who are proud in their inmost thoughts. He has brought down rulers from their thrones, but has lifted up the humble. He has filled the hungry with good things, but has sent the rich away empty. He has helped his servant Israel, remembering to be merciful to Abraham and his descendants forever, just as he has promised our ancestors. So may we all be humble servants like Mary. Amen.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we have roll call. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Kaler?
Here.
Mr. Meyer?
Present.
Ms. Firmanek?
Here.
Mr. Lupton?
Here.
Mr. Rick?
Here.
Mr. Wikes?
Present.
Mr. Sabatky?
Here.
7 here, 1 is excused.
Thank you. Next, we have public comment.
Good evening. My name is Clyde Nelson. I reside and live at 709 Cottage Street in Merrill, Wisconsin. I'm here representing the Merrill Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center. On behalf of myself, our staff, Cheryl Skog, Sarah Sturm, and Deb Schleif, and our entire 239 members, I'd like to thank the city, Chief Bennett, Chief Klug, Rod, and everyone that had their, Dustin, for the street department, anyone that had their hand in getting the Christmas parade ready. We had a fantastic time. You know, the Santa Claus rode in, is it 65? Is that the ladder truck? 63 ladder truck, and he was well received down at the county courthouse when we lit the lights. I want to thank also Tony Cusero and his staff, along with Chris Califas and Bill from Ace Hardware that helped put that together and erect it. It happened to be 35 degrees, so it was one of the warmer days we've had to put that up. And also Dan Frick, who also put the wreath together with the staff. So I want to thank the city and everyone involved for the logistics involved with pulling off our parade. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to the minutes of the previous council meeting.
Consider placing the minutes from the November 14th, 2023 Common Council meeting on file.
I'm gonna make a motion for that.
I'll
Second.
second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have revenue and expense report.
Consider approving the November revenue and expense reports.
Make a motion to approve the reports.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the revenue and expense report for November. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have general agenda items.
Consider the employment agreement of the city administrator, public works director / city engineer.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? At this point, on page 55, sub 5, I think it was sub C, was it? We need to add the zoning and building inspector in there as, and without objection, we just add that if that's okay,
Under city personnel.
under city personnel. Hearing no objection, we'll add that then. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consider approving the adjustment of 2024 utility service fees. This is being brought directly to the Common Council.
Make a motion to approve, Your Honor.
I'll second. You have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion?
Can we explain exactly what's being raised? It appears we're going up 3% across the board.
Yep. Gabe, you wanna?
Yeah, that's our water tap fees, our testing at the wastewater lab for the septic haulers. It covers our time and the price of the materials.
It's just the service you perform, not the water bills themselves.
Correct.
Thank you.
No, you had anticipated 2.5, but we're going to 3, is that it?
No, this was
Three
always
for the service charges.
With service charge, okay, which doesn't affect a lot of people.
Correct.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have health and safety.
Consider a change of agent for Christ Oil Company, doing business as Christ Food Mart, number 88, 105 South Center Avenue, to Dana Wojciechowski. The Health and Safety Committee recommends approval. I think that's how you say it.
I just came to hear you pronounce that. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I've been
Yep.
practicing.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consider an alcohol beverage license application for Nimrod's LLC, 2501 West Main Street, Merrill. The Health and Safety Committee recommends approval.
Make a motion to approve, Your Honor.
I'll second it. Have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consider an alcohol beverage license application for Clark All Aboard LLC, 315 East 2nd Street in Merrill. The Health and Safety Committee recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And consider a temporary picnic license for Merrill Youth Softball Association, AKA Merrill Fast Pitch, on January 13th, 2024 at the Mark, 1100 Mark Drive, in conjunction with a January Jamboree event to be held outside. The Health and Safety Committee recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? We do have a representative here. If anybody has any questions, she'd be happy to answer any questions.
Why are you playing outside in January?
You're gonna have to go to the mic, Kendra.
I said, why are you playing outside in January? That's what we want to know. Is
Why
there a
are we outside in
misprint?
January? To bring an event to the community, to bring excitement, to bring our family softball teams together and help raise money for Merrill Softball.
Will you need a beer warmer then?
We are looking into buying some beer koozies, so, yes. Anything else?
They won't need coolers.
No. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the placing the committee reports on file.
Consider placing the following reports on file: Airport Commission, City Plan Commission, Transit Commission, Library Board, Marketing and Communications Committee, Health and Safety Committee, Maryland Enrichment Center, and Redevelopment Authority.
I'll make a motion to put the reports on file.
I have a motion and a second to place the reports on file. Any discussion? Hearing none.
I
Oh,
have
go ahead.
one question. I was reading over the Merrill Enrichment Center notes, and they had mentioned that there was a verbal or an incident where there was slander or something used at one of your fairs, or could you, Tammy, could you just describe what that issue was? Did a vendor bring something that was wrong, or?
Yes, so actually one of my committee members had brought up his concern as he was at our craft show, an event in September. So if any of you have been to any of those events, you'll see that some of the products that the vendors are selling may have some insinuated words on some of their products. And so generally what we try to do, it is in our application when they apply that anything that's vulgar will not be allowed, or we have the ability to ask them to remove it. So he just was making sure that we had processes in place for that. Okay. However, I will let you know that we are probably, I don't want to say the only one, but there's very few in the state that have that in the language in there saying that we will not allow those types of products for the sensitivity of our community. But what we will do is ask them if it is too much, the three of us will walk around and ask them to put it inside of their space, or sometimes they'll have a box on the floor with like signs that people can go through. So we've asked them to do that. So that was the main concern. Tom Hayden had helped us tweak the words a little bit so it sounds even more legal for us to be able to enforce that.
Okay.
So that's what it was, yes. Does that answer your question?
That answers
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions on that?
Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next, we have ordinances. Tom?
We have two ordinances this evening. The first is an ordinance recommended by the Board of Public Works amending Chapter 38, Division 2, Section 38-152, septic holding tank and leachate rate. For a first reading, the Common Council City of Merrill does ordain as follows. There is two changes. The holding tank discharge rate will now be $11.41 per 1,000 gallons, and the fixed charge per load, regardless of volume or contents, will be a rate of $13.22 per load from $12.83. The ordinance also contains a standard severability and repeal uneffective clauses.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and give this ordinance a second and third reading by title only.
I will second that.
I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and give the ordinance its second and third reading by title only. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Tom?
For a second reading, this is an ordinance amending Chapter 38, Division 2, Section 38-152, septic holding tank leachate rate. For a third reading, this is an ordinance amending Chapter 38, Division 2, Section 38-152, septic holding tank and leachate rate.
Motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve the ordinance. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Kaler?
Aye.
Mr. Meyer?
Aye.
Ms. Vermanek?
Aye.
Mr. Lupton?
Aye.
Mr. Rick?
Aye.
Mr. Wakes?
Aye.
Mr. Spotke?
Aye.
7-0.
That ordinance passes. Thank you. Next ordinance?
Next, we have an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 3, Section 2-56, elections. The changes adding Section C and D of Section 2-56. Section C would read election officials. There shall be 7 election officials per polling location. If the city clerk determines due to anticipated voter turnout that the tools might be efficiently staffed with less than 7 election officials, the number of election officials may be reduced as the city clerk believes to be appropriate. D, shifts for elected officials. Election officials shall work 14 hours and may split shifts per the clerk's discretion. The ordinance contains a standard severability, repeal, and effective clauses.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and give that ordinance a second and third reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and give the ordinance its second and third reading by title only. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? That carries. Tom?
For a second reading, this is an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 3, Section 2-56 elections. For a third reading, this is an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 3, Section 2-56 elections.
Motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion?
What's the reason for this? I mean, we normally don't have that many, do we?
After the, one of the conferences that I attended, they had suggested that the municipalities have an ordinance because it's required to have 7 poll workers, but there are some elections where we really don't need 7 poll workers. So it just gives the clerk the discretion to take it down to 5.
Question to the city clerk, are we still having trouble recruiting people to work the polls?
For November, we will, but right now we're good.
But you're constantly looking for people to work at the polls, is that safe to say?
We're always looking for people that
Okay,
will work.
thank
the
you.
polls.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Meyer,
Aye.
Ms. Firmanek,
Aye.
Mr. Lupton,
Aye.
Mr. Rick,
Aye.
Mr. Wykes,
Aye.
Mr. Spotke,
Aye.
Mr. Kaler,
Aye.
7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have resolutions.
First resolution is a resolution supporting the application by Winds and Paradox Incorporated to WEDC funds for a building renovation at 419 West Main Street, Merrill, Wisconsin. Whereas Winds and Paradox Inc. is the owner of a building located at 419 West Main Street in Merrill, Wisconsin, the business is engaged in, among other things, the business of renovating, updating, and maintaining buildings, constructing and facilitating apartments and commercial opportunities. Where it is necessary that funds be procured for that project, including a grant applied for by the City of Merrill for Winds and Paradox Inc. through the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Whereas this project will provide needed housing and commercial space. Whereas this project will utilize a previously vacant building and add to the city's tax base. Whereas these funds will be used to renovate, update, and maintain the property and improve and enhance the building at 419 West Main Street. And the City of Merrill will act as a pass-through agent for funds received, will approve regular progress reports and ensure that annual audits are completed. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Merrill, Wisconsin, the 12th day of December 2023, that the City of Merrill hereby supports speedy approval of the grant application by the City of Merrill for Winds and Paradox Inc. to the WEDC in furtherance of this project, provide needed housing and commercial space, and further wishes Winds and Paradox Inc. the best of luck in their endeavor, and further urges WEDC to expeditiously handle the grant application, approval, and related matters. This was recommended by the Redevelopment Authority.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Your Honor,
Yep.
point of order, I will recuse myself from voting on these due to personal relationships with Ms. Springborn.
Sounds good. Thank you. So we have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next resolution, Tom.
Next, we have a resolution authorizing a development agreement by and between the City of Merrill, Wisconsin and Winds and Paradox Inc., doing DBA Winds Paradox. Whereas the Common Council of the City of Merrill created Tax Increment District Number 8 on September 27, 2011, that the development site is within TID Number 8, whereas Winds and Paradox Inc. has proposed renovation of the 419 West Main Street vacant building, whereas the City of Merrill finds that the proposed development and fulfillment of the items and conditions of the attached development agreement are in the vital and best interest of the City of Merrill, the Merrill Redevelopment Authority, and city residents, and serves a public purpose in accordance with state law. Whereas expanded property tax will be generated, affordable residential rental units developed, and increased commercial activity generated to the city's west side from this development project. And whereas Winds and Paradox Inc. has negotiated the development agreement to facilitate the redevelopment project and TID number 8 cash development incentive of $80,000. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Merrill, Wisconsin, this 12th day of December 2023, that the mayor and city clerk are authorized to sign the development agreement by and between the City of Merrill and Winds and Paradox Inc. and to facilitate the implementation thereof. This was recommended by the RDA.
Motion to approve?
Second.
You have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. Any discussion?
I will again be recusing myself.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have mayor's appointments. You want me to just read it? Okay.
I can. Gary Schwartz replacing Kathy Lazat on Tourism Commission, term to expire May 1st, 2024. And then the second one are the election officials for the 2024-2025 election seasons. And I'll answer any questions on that list if you need them. If you have any.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointments.
You have a motion and a second to approve the mayor's appointments. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have mayor's communications. First and foremost, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Remember to sign up for Christmas Joy Outreach Program. The meals for those along with the holiday, those alone for the holidays. Register by Thursday, December 14th by calling the Enrichment Center at 536-4226. There's cell phone training available at the Enrichment Center December 14th from 1 to 2. Please sign up for that. Enrichment Center now has an endowment fund. Please consider donating. Brochures are available at the center to keep informed on this. City Hall will be closed Monday, December 25th, Tuesday, December 26th, and Monday, January 1st for the holidays. Tomorrow, the Lieutenant Governor will be in town in the afternoon to tour our downtown business district, along with the representatives from the chamber and myself. And Food Truck-a-Palooza, I'm gonna hit this every month until it happens, is May 18th. So,
Your Honor, don't
Please
forget
remember.
the Tour of Lights tomorrow.
oh yep, tour lights, the buses are full. We have all 3 buses full. And the map went out on the website today, so if anybody couldn't get on the bus and wants to follow the map, follow the buses. It's a growing thing, and I hope that next year we can maybe get some more buses out there with some people. So we had a waiting list this year of another 75. So that's all I have. I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. Any discussion?
Both of them.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.